different kind of dress.
Somebody quoting
Not the pantyhose?
Well,
Isn't that the meditation?
he's going to be talking about it here.
The pantyhose meditation?
This is the pantyhose meditation.
This is whose?
Pantyhose meditation.
The pantyhose.
Where I can do that.
No, it's Transylvania.
Oh! Okay.
Started in
I
Transylvania.
thought he said transvestite.
That's what I thought he said.
No, that's what I
It's like a Vestal Virgin, only trans.
I bought the pantyhose and high heels for nothing? Yeah. That's what happens when... Wait, oh.
Trans. Going across, catapulting. Transylvania. A living dead. They're dead, but they're in a dark that lives. It's destruction. It's the eating the flesh. That she said that you got to pay back. But you pay it back every day in your mind. That's the only way you can pay it back. That's how everybody does it. It doesn't make any difference if it happens physically. Because the physical things only make you think it in your mind. Most people do it anyway, just in their mind, even though the physical things aren't going on. They're struggling in their mind with something. And so how do you let someone touch that? Chris?
You have to meditate because you have to. You can't. If you're in a mental argument, you're not going to solve it at the level of the argument.
Okay, and so who does meditation have to do with? Who's involved?
I mean, just if I have an argument, I'm involved.
Is there anyone else involved? Not really.
Not at this point.
No, I mean, normally...
I don't see it.
No, wait a second. There never really is. You just imagine them to be.
Yeah.
Because you don't know how they really are, because you are creating how they are in your own mind. Right? And so there's just one you. And so to be able to get that male and female side of yourself together in such a union so that you were the one rather than looking outside for the other. Okay? You were the one rather than going out there and looking for another. You would have to be able to have a relationship with yourself rather than something else, right?
Right.
And so how would letting yourself wear a makeup that allowed people around you to believe you were female. An actual physical makeup on your body. This is where we're getting into the transvestites. We're going from Transylvania to transvestite. How?
How would you wear a physical makeup to show that you were female?
No, not to show that you were, but to allow people around you to believe that you were. That you weren't totally male, that you were transvestite. But not so dramatic that it got you in trouble. You know, something mild. Real mild. Like putting on an eyeliner. An eyelash makeup. Or, let's just say a lipstick. Okay? A light lipstick that was like pink.
Yeah.
On your mouth, so it was real lipstick.
Yeah.
And when the girls at work looked at it, they'd say, this guy's a transvestite.
Or he's gay or something.
Or he's gay or something, right? Right? But not too much to get fired. Or have the public give you a bad time. Just a little tiny touch. And then while you're sitting there, concentrate on the feeling of that rather than thinking about it. And do work. Concentrate it as if you were that makeup, but just do work as you regularly would. That's a living transvestite meditation.
Wow.
Interesting.
Hang on to your jock strap.
Right.
Interesting idea.
And so you would have to do what?
I have one living at home.
No, but
A
what
jock
would you
strap?
have to do?
Huh?
What would you have to do to do what Chris is going to do by wearing the lipstick? What would you have to do?
I can't grow a beard. I mean,
You could wear men's clothing like a hat and a tie, and a jacket, and a shirt, and a suit. But you have to have a tie.
a regular tie. Like,
A regular tie.
Like Ellen on TV.
Does she do that?
She's
I don't
wearing
want
a
you.
tie.
Does she wear a tie?
Yeah.
It's not necessarily. Hers is very.
She's
Yeah. Well, wear something that makes you more masculine rather than a woman.
You get a short haircut.
But don't do it in such a way that you can get a short haircut, cut your hair like Bernie's. But don't do it in such a way that it's going to cause family problems or church problems or anything. Just do it enough so that you can put your attention on it, so you know that you're doing it. Is that fair? I don't want you guys causing problems in your life. I want you to do something transvestite to an extent that so you can know that you're doing it, but the people around you aren't bothered by it. Is that fair? That's easy, isn't it? Very subtly. Very subtly, so that no one around you gives you a bad time. But it's sort of like Al is wearing a crystal, okay? And so's Ron. And so's Steve. But the problem, and so's Bernie. But the problem being is that men do not wear clear jewelry around their neck. They wear solid. You ever noticed?
That's the masculine thing.
They wear a solid piece of gold, right? They don't wear a diamond around there.
Right.
But a woman does.
Right.
So that's a problem. But nobody's noticing it, but you do. So you might pay attention to your crystal if that's all you can do. And know that it's a transvestite action.
I'd rather do the crystal than the makeup.
Okay, fine.
I can
But I'm talking to you
Have a
guys.
pair on your waist.
You got to realize it's a transvestite action.
That's fine. Can I do the
Thong.
can I do? I have it usually in my pocket.
Huh?
I usually have it in my
Yeah,
pocket.
that'll make you
You can wear, no, you got to wear it around your neck.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I need to go to Freshman's and get it. I don't
No,
want
don't do it there. I could drill it for you if I can get time. No, Al can drill it.
Oh, God.
I can drill it. You could pay somebody to drill it here, cheaper than them.
I just have the rock.
We got the drills, we got the bits and everything. Someone will drill it, but they're going to charge you because we had to buy them. Anyway. Oh, we got other crystals with a loop you can wear. That's not probably surrendering enough. You got to do something that at the same time you're building your bone again and giving back the blood that you took. Become a phoenix man and rise again while you're doing it. You got to have a rebuilding going on, an overcomer, a yearner going on while you're doing this meditation, if you decide to do it.
I've started
Have you?
unconsciously.
But this is something that if you told the world directly, hey, listen, you got to become a transvestite, they would think that it was a sexual thing. And I'm not saying, there's people in the world you see on TV that are doing it sexually, a transvestite sexually. I'm talking about it consciously only. You don't have to be sexual about it. You can just be, neutral sexually. But you don't have to express it that way. You just have to express the consciousness of it. So don't take it sexually. Just take it consciously on the realm of conscious, how the male or the female would see it and become the opposite by using that as a token or a key or a doorway to a meditation. Because it's joining your male and female together inside. It's only something you do with yourself. It's a personal, spiritual sexual meditation, not a physical. Yeah?
Is it that I have to do something that I'm afraid of doing that is normally...
I don't know if you're afraid of it. I can't tell you if you're afraid of it. Only you can decide that. Mm-hmm. You can decide whether you want to be afraid of it or you don't want to be afraid of it.
No. I'm not afraid of the trans...
No, I mean afraid of doing it or seeing... It's something that you want to do that you don't want to cause problems in your life, is all I'm saying. Don't cause family problems. Don't make a spectacle. You do this in your closet, per se. It says that you don't pray in public, you pray in private. Okay? It's not a public demonstration. It's a private demonstration to yourself. And so you don't need to become a spectacle about it. People like to become spectacles about it. But do it enough so that if it became a spectacle, you could admit it. Does that make sense, Al? Why? Why would you have to be able to admit it? If you weren't really doing it, you couldn't admit it, right?
Right, yeah.
If you were really doing it, you could admit it, right? And so you got to be able to do it in such a way that you're able to admit it. If you're doing it, you're trying to be a transsexual and accept it. Because...
How about an earring?
But the transsexual, I don't know what you choose. 2 earrings, 3 earrings, it doesn't make any difference what you choose to do. It's not just maybe a crystal, but it's something that doesn't get you in trouble in life, but it's something that you face in reality, that you have your female inside of you and you have your male inside of you, no matter what kind of body you're in. And until you release yourself from being your body or the thing that is, then you don't have to die physically. You can die physically. Everybody dies. But until you release yourself from that mental prison argument of it.
The mother aspect in my case.
I don't know. Only you know that. Wait a second, Edith. No one can answer your questions, okay? Wait a second. Everybody answers their own questions. Everybody answers their own questions. It's just a forum to be in it so you can see it. Now, why do you go away and get mad at some of me if I can't figure it out? What happens to you? Do you get mentally ill?
Last week?
No, in life. You go away for a while, then you come back and stuff like that. Why do you do that? Do you get mentally ill with what's said here? But is it too true? Do you hear this much truth at the LDS Church? Is it too true? Is that why you're uncomfortable there? Or why do you stop coming?
Oh, here?
Yeah, is it too true?
Um,
Oh, you get family pressure?
no. No.
Why do you think, Chris? Can you figure it out why she does? What'd you guess? Maybe she doesn't even know.
Yeah, I don't think she knows. She just gets uncomfortable.
She gets uncomfortable, so she doesn't come?
Yeah.
Huh.
We won't answer her questions on her terms.
Oh, what, is that right?
Well,
What he said, is that correct?
kind of, because I'm starting to go on and I didn't get those answers. Instead, when I guess I stayed away first before I went back and tried to listen in on the meeting. I didn't even try and listen in. I felt like I didn't have support one way or the other. I thought it didn't make any difference whether I stayed away.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't make any difference whether you stayed away. But the thing is, do you feel comfortable away? Or do
For a
you,
while I did.
for a while you did? How long?
A couple or 3 months.
But what happened?
To come back?
No, I mean, why'd you stop feeling comfortable away?
I got bored again. I run away when I get bored.
You got bored out there, so you come here to get excited?
Well,
You get mad.
I do, when I get bored, I run away
Are you bored here?
to a different place.
Are you bored here?
Sometimes I used to.
Are you bored right now?
No,
Why not?
because I think what you said my next step would be
Yeah.
is what I was looking for.
I didn't say it was your step. Wait a second. All I said was everybody makes their own decisions.
I did.
What I said was the only way they can make their own decisions is if they strike a balance between the male and female, right?
Yeah.
And I just said there's a possible meditation, and the way to strike the balance is to pretend that you're transvestite. And then if you get caught being transvestite, you got to admit it, that you are to that degree, and then you can say I'm that close to understanding both at the same time. Is that fair? Chris? That's fair. Because if you didn't admit it, you wouldn't be close to it, would you? You'd be still in denial.
You don't trust yourself enough to tell yourself that. You have to have somebody else tell you that.
I have
Right.
felt
Very
that
good.
I
There was another thing I was getting ready to say, because we probably ought to close it off. There's a really interesting thing that's said in the Bob Dylan video, if you guys get a chance to watch it. It talks about passing a torch. The one, like there's a millennial torch that gets passed every so often. And it's a millennial torch, and like Bob Dylan picked up some artists that I guess were still alive and died or whatever, and he kept the torch going. And they also said in there that if a master or a shaman cannot make this at least one student better than they were a failure. at least one student, better than they were. They were a failure. So we'll close with that. Sue said something very important to you. Did you hear it? What'd she say?
Me?
Yeah.
That I said
What'd she say to you?
that I didn't know.
No, she didn't say that. Tell her again, Sue. One more time, but say a different word. Maybe she could take them differently.
You don't trust yourself enough to tell yourself what you need to do. You have to have someone else say it to you. And that's why you come here.
Yeah.
But if you even took it further, did you trust yourself so much to know that you can tell yourself the truth? That's why you are here.
That's very good.
No, that's one step further,
Yes,
isn't
it
it?
is.
That's why you are here. Because that's why you trust yourself that